Hey kids, straight talking Fedora chick coming at you this evening. Doing something a little different. It will be a fairly short video. Um, and I'm unscripted. I just don't feel like typing this on paper right now. Um, but today is March 7th. For me, it is a special kind of day, not in a good way. It was the day that a very good friend of mine passed away 4 years ago today. Yes, on this date in 2015. And we're going to call him A.L.K. By initials so as to respect the privacy of his family, which they want. And of course I will respect that. Um, so yeah, you're going to get my stuttering and my word loss and all my uh, other quirks. Yeah. So anyways, I wanted to take this time to commemorate. He's one of the only two people that I was ever able to connect with on an emotional level. No, we were not a couple. He was married. I was with my ex-partner at the time. I met him. He's actually the oldest friend from youth of my ex-partner. Last year, my ex-partner and I did a video together on this channel and around this time last year commemorating his death, just talking about him and remembering him. I will link to that in the description box below, or if I can figure out how the card thing works, I will try to have the link in the card above as well. Yes, because he and I were able to connect on an emotional level. It was not just because we had a lot in common, but it was also the fact that, like myself, he suffered many of the same issues, physical and mental health issues I do. And even amongst our entourage or our loved ones, we found people that had difficulty understanding us, grasping where we were coming from. We would often both be feeling lost in a crowd, lost in a group. Do we fit in anywhere? And I think that is the same with anybody dealing with any kind of mental health illness, especially those that are more serious, like myself, like A.L.K was. Um, I can't tell you how important that kind of connection was. So when he got sick, it was, for some reason, I thought he would pull through it, even when he went into palliative care. I know, silly. I still thought he would pull through it. And I think on some level, it was because he did too, because he was trying harder than he was when he was at the hospital waiting for his place at the palliative care center. He was trying more to do things for himself. He was eating more, probably because the food was better where he ended up at than at the hospital. I always remember our games at the hospital at mealtime play Guess the Mystery Meat. Kind of repulsive to a vegetarian. Well, actually, yeah, that was the first go at being vegan. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, we played the game of Guess the Mystery Meat. So I used to bring him sandwiches, so he could keep up his strength. Um, he was always seriously underweight anyway, so imagine when he was sick and not really eating, and who would want to eat the crap that the hospital offers, hospital cuisine? Um, he had his good days, he had his bad days, like anything else, I suppose. But I think the most part in the last years of his life, he had found his voice, something he had struggled to find for many, many years, needing to be heard. I mean, really heard, listened to, that no one else was doing. And I'm probably reiterating a lot of last year's video that I did with my ex-partner, but I think it bears repeating. And somehow, when I read aloud my piece, when I had Sister Sage's musings still up and running, for those who don't know, that was a left-leaning political blog that I ran. And I think the last piece I wrote was critiquing harshly The Bell Let's Talk. Yeah. I'm even wearing his favorite hat. So, and it was the last thing I ever wrote, and before I put Sister Sage's musings to sleep. Probably not something he would have wanted. He liked my writing. He thought I was a good writer. Guess there's no accountant for taste, is there? I know. I know. And it was a harsh blow when he passed. Because I think he could have done so much more. I mean, he was just finding his groove, finding his voice. And that was not to be. Unfortunately, his illness had worsened and it took a toll. Like with anything else. So not fair. He was 56 or 57 years old. Never even got to see his son get married or other milestones in his entourage. And I thought I would never emotionally connect or find an emotional connection again. I mean, I never really had that with any of my previous relationships as a couple, I mean. So that's something I never thought I would again. I did, but yeah. I'm not going to get into that. As you can see, I'm winging this video and it's probably not good for my channel, especially since it started growing again recently. But I don't care. This is my place. This is my space to express myself. And he did eventually find a group that he was able to function well in. See, I don't function well in groups. I'm great with one-on-one, but I don't function well in groups. But he did find a support group near the end. People he made great friends with that he hadn't before. I think it was the best thing to have had happen to him in his life. He was even helping out doing podcasts with a mental health organization in his community or a support group that were putting out a podcast that lasted briefly. And I think he really enjoyed that as well. Like myself, he had awful lot of trouble asserting himself or standing up for himself. And me also, I guess that's why I started a YouTube channel. Not because I'm great at public speaking, because as you know, I think I pretty much suck at it. But yeah, I'm doing it. And pretty soon, who knows, maybe I'll be willing to take place on a YouTube debate sometime soon. Stranger things have happened, right? And A.L.K. from his corner of the world was able to not only find his niche and find his voice, but he managed to find his place in the world. Something that many of us struggle to do. I know I am. I know he would like that for me, but I've given up on that. Honestly, yeah. As far as writing again is concerned, stick around, stay tuned. I don't know. I know that's what he would have wanted for me. Yeah. But I'm not sure about that. It's funny, I really miss him now, you know, because if I could talk to him, I know what I would be talking to him about. What's his secret? And I think after I read him that piece from Sister Sage's musings, I always had a feeling that he wanted me to continue where he left off when he started speaking out about mental health and mental illness. And I think he wanted me to continue where he left off, and that's another reason why I started this channel last year. It's still a reason, but as mentioned, this channel has slightly taken a different direction. It's not only just about mental health, it's more of a vlogging slash story time channel. And that's fine too. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm at, with all the response videos I've been doing, I risk becoming a drama channel as well. Okay, before I go completely off the rails, please take care. Again, the video from last year, more comprehensive, where my ex-partner and myself were memorializing A.L.K. I will have that link below. I will try to link it in a card above. And if you like this video, please like it, hit the thumbs up, please, and subscribe. And don't forget to, if you want notifications, don't forget to hit the ringy dingy icon below. Hit me up on Instagram, straight underscore talkin underscore fedora underscore chick. And I hope to have a few more uploads that will be a little more organized, that don't go so much off the rails within the next few days. Including, yeah, I'm going to be opening, it looks like I'm going to be opening a second channel. But I will do a whole separate other video with that. Yeah, that's the problem. I tend to get distracted too easily. But yeah, take care of yourselves and each other. And have a good night. Straight talking Fedora Chick over and out. Good night.